You know, I think the most memorable moments, man, come from the locker room.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people
I
think
agree.
it's
Yeah.
playing, it's either over in the dorms or at the apartments or something. But it's always like being around the guys,
Yeah.
just hanging out. That's the thing you miss.
Chip on my shoulder. Yeah. I got something to prove, like a gun in a holster. Yeah. Loaded, ready to shoot. Got big energy. Yeah. Ain't scared to dream. Got big energy. Got big energy.
You know this a different energy, right?
Welcome to the Miller Experience, where we have up close and personal conversations with people that I admire, that's big fixtures in the game, and guys that's doing major things in the community. And my guest is definitely one of those guys. My guest attended Manning High School. He was a three-sport phenom in football, baseball, and track. And obviously, we know what he chose, football. Well, he was the 11th best defensive back in the nation. He was also ranked as the 82nd overall prospect in the United States as a senior. He then attended Clemson University playing football, obviously, ending his career ranked 15th in the nation with 6 interceptions during his final season, 7th all-time in Clemson with 12 career picks and 23 pass breakups. He finished with more than 1,000 yards as a kick returner and wrapped up his career with All-American first-team All-ACC selection. Once he finished at Clemson, he was signed as a free agent with the Washington Redskins, now Commanders, followed by a contract with the Chicago Bears. He played in NFL Europe and Amsterdam Admirals, as well as 2 seasons in the Arena Football League with the Philadelphia Soul, winning a championship in 2008. While playing in the AFL, Arena Football, he served as a defensive back coach at Manning High School. He was also coach at Clemson, Wofford College, and North Greenville University. But that's not what he came to talk about. He came to give you a motivation today. July 4th, 2016 changed my guest's life. He's here to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, the one and only, the legend, Brian Mance. Welcome to another episode of the Miller Experience. Today we have a very special guest. I wouldn't even say a guest, man. He's a homie, man. You know, we know each other since little boys, grew up together, same hometown. Clemson legend, Brian Mance. What's up, B?
Not too much, man. What's going on?
Going good, man. How everything going with you, man?
Look, I can't complain.
I know that's, man.
Not
Nobody
at
want to
all.
hear it, do it?
They don't have time for it.
I'm trying to tell you, bro. For the people that don't know who you are, tell me a little something about yourself, man.
Man, Brian Mance, former Clemson All-American, football All-American, that is. Father, husband, inspirational speaker, minister, man, you name it, entrepreneur, you name it, I had my hands in it.
You a minister?
Yeah.
So I gotta watch my language, man. See, I'm glad I know that. So, all right, growing up playing sports, right? You was a 3-sports athlete. You played football, baseball, and track. Which one was your favorite sport and why?
Man, I started off, baseball was actually my favorite sport. Did really well in baseball, but I had a cousin that played in the NFL for 14 years. Played for the Saints, and man, being around those guys, and he ended up playing for the 49ers, so seeing Jerry Rice, seeing Ronnie Lott and Joe Montana, all those guys, football kind of started to outweigh baseball, and I grew up in a football family. A lot of my cousins, everybody played football, so as I got older, I started to lean towards football.
So, looking back now, let's be honest, because I know I say it to myself all the time. Dang, I should have stick with baseball. You see how much money them boys getting, man?
Man, they getting money. They get money.
Man, they getting that. I mean, ain't no kind of salary cap or nothing, man. They getting, a full shebang.
Fully guaranteed.
Yeah.
But the thing about it, man, just growing up, like I said, growing up in a football family, man, my cousin told me, I thought I was going to be Jerry Rice. You know what I mean? I thought I was going to be a wide receiver, man. He told me if you want to make money in the NFL, you got to play defensive back. So
He tell you that lie?
Man, look, he told me that at an early age, man. I'm telling you, I wasn't even in middle school yet. You know, so just following all that, man. Like I said, growing up in a football family around the street, around the corner from my grandmother's house, was you had, man, Harry Carson. He'll show up at any given time.
South Carolina State, right?
Come to just holler at my family or see if my cousin was around there. So just seeing all these guys, man, made me feel like, man, this can happen.
Yeah. Especially small, when you living in Manning, Alkaloo there during the time.
Yeah.
Especially coming from a small town and you see all these legends and
your cousin playing with legends and everything. You seen all this kind of inspiration, motivation. So I get it.
Yeah.
I do get it.
Yeah.
So in football during your senior year in high school, where you played at Manning High School, correct?
Yeah.
You was ranked second best player in South Carolina, the 11th best defensive back in the nation. You were also ranked 82nd as a prospect in the United States. You were, as the kids say, you were him. I ain't lying, it's called like I see it.
Man, look.
Man, how do you feel, man? You know, you big time like this, bro. Like, I know you had colleges from the tail checking for you, man.
All the time. Bobby Bowden, Philip Fulmore, just having people in and out of the house. Buddy Pugh, Coach Pugh was at South Carolina.
Oh, yeah?
At the time.
He was at South Carolina
yeah,
during the
man,
time,
he
yeah.
would come over, man, have dinner at the house, just having guys all around, man. But when I look back on it now, I realize how big it was. But during that time, I was just B-Mans from Alcaloo. Like, it was nothing. It was something I expected. So I wasn't blown out of the water. I didn't. I just wasn't super excited about it. I kind of knew it was going to happen.
Name some more schools.
This episode is sponsored by MK Rentals, where we got you covered. Get all your rental needs. You can contact Kevin or Marsha Evans at 803-410-4812 or 803-543-8879. They're located at 1490 Greeleyville Highway, Manning, South Carolina. Again, 1490 Greeleyville Highway, Manning, South Carolina. If you're interested in being a sponsor, contact myself, Ernest Miller, at 803-565-9752. That's 803-565-9752. Or you can hit me up on my email at eaenestmiller83@gmail.com. Again, that's eaenestmiller83@gmail.com. You can also make contact with my producer, Victor Wesley of Vic West Production. His telephone number is 803-225-0021. That's 803-225-0021. Also, his email address is vicwestp@gmail.com. That's vicwestp@gmail.com.
Name some more schools, the other schools that was recruiting you besides. Obviously, we know you went to Clemson. But what are the other schools, and what's the reason why you decided to turn them schools down and go to Clemson?
Man, I got offers from everybody you can think of. Everybody in the Southeast, SEC, ACC.
Them Gators off you?
Florida Gators.
Man, come on, B.
Florida State, Miami, Ohio State, Michigan.
Yeah.
Just anybody you can name, Tennessee, all these different schools. But after going on visits, I went on a visit to Ohio State. Me and Patrick Fleming went together. We went on all our visits together. But it was just something about Clemson that gave me a feel like man, it was a small town. They revolved around football.
Yeah.
It made me feel like home. And I knew me.
Yeah.
I need to be somewhere where I could focus on football
Yeah.
and school. Outside of that,
Facts.
I didn't need to be downtown Atlanta or in Columbia or anywhere like that at any of these other schools, man. I knew that was going to be my place. And I went to Ohio State, man, to be honest. It was snowing on the visit. It was cold. I got a cold. I was like, I'm not trying to do this.
Yeah. But see, on Ohio State, it don't start snowing until when football season over with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you play in the NFL in Ohio, that's a little different.
Yeah.
So you played at Clemson under legendary coach Bobby Bowden's son, Tommy Bowden. How was that?
Man, it was a great experience, man. Man, the biggest thing about it, the entire time, man, you know, they're going to push you hard and coach you to be the best player you can be. But they raising men as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They gave us every opportunity to grow in our faith once we got to school, man. And when you look back on it, man, that was one of the biggest things. Coach Bowden was a stickler on that.
Yeah.
Say if he was going to do anything, he said he would always tell us, when I get before the Lord, he's going to ask me, you coach all these guys, had all of them in front of you.
Yeah.
Did you tell them about me? You know what I mean? So that's kind of guy he was, man. And we
Yeah.
still have a relationship to this day.
Okay,
I
cool,
still, every once in a while, we'll get on the phone and catch up and just talk, check in on me and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So just a great guy, man. Great opportunity.
That's what's up, man. So let me ask you this. Why do you think he left. I always thought he was gonna be like Nick Saban at Clemson. I didn't think he was gonna never leave Clemson. Why do you think he left Clemson?
I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't
I was
know.
kind of shocked.
To this day, man. Yeah, it caught me off guard, but you know, he there was a lot of things he could do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think he maybe had other opportunities. Like I'm saying, I'm not sure. Yeah. I'm not gonna sit up here and guess and say something that's not true. So I have no idea.
I got
but
you.
I know he was there when he was supposed to be there.
I got you. So during the time, let me ask you this: two things. During your time at Clemson, what was your most memorable moment and your memorable game?
Man.
I've been to college, so I knew you got a lot of memorable moments.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. You know, I think the most memorable moments, man, come from the locker room.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of people
I
think
agree.
it's playing, it's either over in the dorms or at the apartments or something. But it's always like being around the guys, just hanging out. That's the thing you miss. When football is over with, you don't miss the practices in the hot sun and all that good stuff. Man, you miss hanging out with the guys.
Hanging out, guys, locker room, travel, especially travel.
Yeah.
Travel was fun. Yeah, I agree.
So that was one of the most memorable moments, just that brotherhood, just, you know, hanging out. The most memorable game, I go back and forth between it. Both of them happened my sophomore year.
Okay.
The first one versus Georgia Tech, return a punt for 88 yards or whatever. Fifth longest in school history still to the day. But also my another most memorable moment was early in my sophomore year. I didn't play a whole lot my freshman year. I played a lot of special teams. And early on that year, we played Missouri. And in that game, it was one of the most productive games in Clemson history. But when you say it, people are like, what? Man, you crazy. Because they're going to think about C.J. Spiller, Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, guys like that. But in 16 snaps, I had 2 interceptions, a fumble recovery, a couple tackles.
You reading off my card,
some
man.
PBUs, 28-yard punt return. So in 16 snaps.
You know this a different
To be
energy,
continued.
right?
Make sure you check out the next episode. And also you make sure you like, subscribe, and comment on my YouTube channel, The Mill Experience. And now we also on Spotify, Apple, and Amazon. Make sure you download. Peace.
You can't tell me how to act. Said I can't be successful by sticking messages in rap, but God's with me. Who told you being intelligent is whack? So place your bets. My faith is fresh. I'm gonna make it stretch. Cause I sat there eye to eye with the face of death. And you ain't putting work in unless you break a sweat. Bring it back a full.